What's going on, guys? Gomes are back again on another MLB The Show 18 Diamond Dynasty video. And of course, if you guys did miss the video yesterday, we did finally our 1 million stub spinning spree. Make sure to check that video out if you guys have not yet. It turned out really well. I had a lot of fun doing it, and we got a squadron. Of course, this is not the team. This is me just messing around, doing a little bit of grinding. But the team looked really nice. Go ahead and check that video out if you guys have not. But I had 1 million stubs. I mean, so basically I want to tell you guys the best way possible to make stubs at this current moment, the cheapest way to maximize the most profits. And of course, you guys already know the thing I've been bringing home the entire season so far is the 10 souvenir hat bronze exchange. This honestly is the best way possible to make stubs, but there is different ways to put different stuff into it, and I think I actually found the next cheapest way to do it. Previously, we were doing 2 silver baseballs and a silver jersey, and I think that ended up being for around like $330, something like that. And of course, you know, the gold baseball and the bronze hat, we did that too, but I went ahead and messed around, see if I could possibly find one that could be even cheaper, and I actually did find one, and that basically is going to be bronze and silver bobbleheads, and you can get them for 85 stubs. You're gonna need 3 of them, so I mean 85 times 3, that would be 255 stubs, so that is a lot less, and as you guys will see, the one thing I will say though, it might take a little bit longer to get these rather than like the silver baseballs. Gold baseballs are usually the quickest. Silver baseballs are still pretty quick, but the bobbleheads are gonna be just a little bit slower, but still not that slow. Bobbleheads though are the cheapest way to do it, so if you guys are looking to maximize the most profits, I do recommend this. Also, another tip that I cannot stress enough, whenever you go to bed each and every night, even if you don't want to grind these heavy, just put in 20 orders, go to bed. They're all gonna be filled by the morning, I promise you that. So that's always a good way to go about it. Or if you're about to leave the house for something, you know, for a couple of hours, you know, same thing, just put in 20 orders. They're all going to be filled by the time you get back. So what we're going to be doing here, of course, is we're going to first put in 3 bobbleheads, as you guys know. Of course, this is the same thing as the baseballs. Bronze and silver bobbleheads do accumulate for the same exchange value, so we're going to put in 3 of those, and we are going to need a bronze hat for this one. So what you can do about that is on the market you can buy one. Of course, buy the cheapest one. You know, usually you can get some for 40, so if you just buy one for 45, not the biggest deal. If you want to put in buy orders, that's fine, but that is going to take some time. But really what you're going to want to do is once you get these going, you're just going to use the cheapest one. So like the Royals, that's a really cheap one, you know, and then you don't have to go buy them off the market. You're only missing out on 5 exchange points, which really, to be honest with you, is not too bad at all. So let's see what we can get right here. Of course, there are some hats that run for a lot, which mainly is the Cardinals and the Angels, and bam, we hit one right there. That's really good. Braves are good. Mets are good, Astros are good, Brewers are good. Basically, the only ones that we hit out of this that were not good hats were basically the Tigers, the Pirates, and the Rays. And what we can do with those is we can just recycle them into new sets. So it's basically like a learning environment, you know, we're learning recycling just digitally with pixelated hats. But just gonna show you guys how some of those go. Of course, like I said, the Cardinals hat usually goes for a lot, as does the Angels, and yeah, I mean, we literally just made double our stubs. I mean, it literally costs, so let's say if you bought a bronze hat for 40 stubs, it cost about 285 stubs in total to do it. We literally more than doubled our profit off of one hat. That's actually insane. You know, we're just gonna put it up for 675. Someone's gonna buy it. Really good, really quick. We doubled our stubs. And also, as always, I'd say have a good sense of the market. Really helps. Do not sell a Braves hat for like 183. We did pull one of them. Do not sell it for this price because they do go for a lot more. Usually you can sell these for 300, 400. So as you guys get into this more, you're gonna have more of a market sense, and you know, you're just gonna know how things shape up. Also, the Dodgers, they go for more than this. You guys are gonna get the whole idea once, you know, you start doing this more. You know, I've been doing it so long because that's my primary way of making stubs this year. You know, I don't really spend too much money on the game, of course. So I mean, I'm really accumulated and adjust to the market, so I know how it works. So we're just gonna do the same thing, gonna do this a couple more times. As always, I want to make sure that you guys know I'm not trying to pull something over you guys. This 100%, you know, of course it works. As always, I want to make sure you guys know that these are battle tested, that all these do work, because like I said, this one I do think is really good because this is the cheapest way yet. And we did pull a Pirates hat, so we'll use that in particular if I can find it, because like I said, one thing with the lower hats, actually the way I got to 1,000,000 stubs is I ended up with over, I think it was like 3,300 bronze hats, which is actually insane. It took me forever to sell them, and eventually I couldn't do it, so I took all the cheap ones and just put them back into exchange sets. And honestly, that does work. I factored in, it does cost about like 500 stubs to do that on average, because you know 30 divided by 400 is about 14 or something like that. So it will cost you a bunch, but every single round you're gonna make more than 500 stubs on these, which is the great thing. You know, these are the quickest possible stubs that you can make on this game, and I really do mean that. That wasn't the best round, but I mean, even a dud round like that, we're still gonna make stubs off of it right here. 3, 4, 5, 6. We haven't pulled one bad one yet. Okay, we pulled one kind of bad one. The Nationals, you can usually go for about 700. I think I have a couple more of these, so I'm just gonna, you know, round them off and just show you guys a little bit more and give you guys a few more tips. As far as time, a lot of people ask me like what time to sell them. It does seem at night like they usually peak a bit more, meaning that the prices usually are a bit higher at night. So if you want to get this done more at that time, it probably would be a good idea, because people, you know, people are more apt to spending then rather than like now. Like, I'm recording this video at 11 in the morning, my time, Central Standard Time. So right now is not the best time to sell hats, simply because there's not a lot of people on. So one, it's gonna take longer for people to buy them, and two, you know, you're really not gonna be able to price fix like that. So if you really want a good time that I can recommend you to sell these, it would be at night. And like I said, I cannot stress it enough, whenever you're gonna go do something, just load up 20 orders and, you know, go on with your day. Simple as that, because like I said, you can even price fix a little bit then. What I mean by price fixing, basically, if we look at hats, so let's say if we took a Marlins hat, I know I can sell these at like, or let's not do Marlins, let's do Mets, because Mets are still pretty popular. Mets do not go for 93, they go for more than 93 stubs. So let's say if I had like 10 Mets hats, what I would do to price fix is I would maybe put 10 of them up for like 150, and they would all sell, you know, by a couple of hours, even maybe an hour. It all depends, you know, it really depends on how popular the hat is. I mean, I don't mean putting them for 200, because, you know, I never sell Mets hats for 200. But like I said, as you guys get more accumulated and adjust to this, you will get an understanding, a better understanding of how the market works and how each price for each hat goes. Of course, they do fluctuate, and they will eventually start to go down, I do believe, because of course I don't think we're getting any new career arcs or anything like that. So unfortunately, they will probably go down in price. I hope they're gonna add, and we got another Cardinals hat. Let's go. Mariners are also pretty good. Red Sox, Orioles as well. I hope they add something in to, you know, kind of keep the value up of these hats, because right now all we have is the Immortals and career arcs, and they still are popular, but, you know, more and more people are, you know, it's to the point where I feel like the people that are going to get Immortals probably have by now. You know, I already told you guys I got one. It cost me like 200,000 to get Pujols, so you know, I'm fine on that. But I hope they do add something to kind of, you know, make the price, make the value of hats kind of stick, because it would really suck to see it fall off. There is other ways to get stubs, you know, jerseys as well, but And souvenirs, you know, I have a love-hate relationship with souvenirs. You know, they're annoying, but because you need them for so many exchanges, but at the same point, you know, that's how I made all my stubs this year. But if you guys did enjoy this video, if you guys did enjoy the tips, make sure to hit a like down below. I really would appreciate it. If you guys are new to the channel, make sure to hit that sub button. Really would appreciate it. Also, I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. And there it guys comes out. Yeet.
Love is love and hate is hate. To die is an awesome adventure and I can hardly wait. Earth is a prison, I need a great escape. You know I'm in my zone when I'm up in outer space. You know I'm in my zone when I'm up in outer space. You know I'm in my zone when I'm up in outer space. You know I'm in my zone. You know I'm in my zone. I took a bite of the glory.